What is up, everybody? Welcome back to yet another episode of the Saloon. I, of course, am the Big Ted, joined tonight by, of course, Sage. How's it going, man?
I'm great. I slept a whole lot today, but I'm doing all right. Just feeling a little bit, maybe just slightly hungover from show prep last night.
Solid.
Also tonight, of course, RonMexico. How's it going?
Hey, it's pretty good, man. I'm getting shown up by these amazing gifts here, but I love it. I wouldn't trade it. And just excited as always to talk some Saloon, especially excited with our guest here.
Yeah, of course.
Our guest this week is so awesome.
Yeah, our guest from The Spies That Flies. It is basedinc. How's it going?
Oh, it's going great. Thank you for all the nice words.
Thank you for joining. And also,
Well, she's killing it this season.
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit.
Can't argue with that, or hard to argue with that record. Also, I'd like to say hello to Diamond in the chat.
Yeah. Hi, Diamond.
All right. But anyways, let's get it started with, of course, our brand new segment. Though, I mean, I don't know if it's brand new anymore. I guess it's just new. The Player of the Week. Sage, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, it's still newish.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
But yeah. Our Player of the Week this week. So our player this week was it was me. What do you know? They said a mainstay of THL. Sage has found some success in the Wild
Damn it,
series.
Sage, really? Are you really reading off your own Player of the Week from Wild?
Yeah, I am. I'm proud of it.
This is the hero show, dude.
All right, that's fair.
You know what? Like you're obviously not capable of doing this yourself. So I'm gonna let the person who actually wrote the write-up for this week's Player of the Week do it. Based, go ahead.
All right. So the Hero Series Player of the Week is Binoculars, who walked into a mirror with the great Donde as a nearly 100 PR underdog and took a convincing 3-1 win to help ATL stay undefeated. Despite being the lowest PR 2 seed, Binoculars moved to 3-2 this week and has been instrumental in the success ATL has been enjoying. Lars sits in the toughest position of the team composition ATL has pursued with a capped 1 seed and high value in the lower seeds, and has performed phenomenally. Congrats on your win and earning Player of the Week.
Sweet, thanks, Based.
Oh, we totally forgot to reach out to Lars.
Oh,
No.
darn it.
That's on us.
Well,
Sorry, Lars.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lars.
Lars, congratulations. If you'd like to say anything after the fact, you can just scream at us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we can
into the void.
mention anything you'd like to say at the start of next week's show. Also important to remember for those of you out there, please go ahead and nominate for Player of the Week. Really helps us out, just getting some more nominations in for who's going to be recognized as Player of the Week. We really appreciate you guys paying attention to that.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
And thank you to whoever nominated me as well.
Oh my god.
Wasn't me, buddy. Wasn't me.
All right. I think it's time for a little meta report.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So we see the same top lineup from last week, but it's not having the same success it was.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
We had like a 71% win rate from this lineup last week, and it dropped to 40.
Yeah, the meta is shifting. Like it's both stable yet shifting. Like people are learning. It seems either that or people are picking it that aren't good with it. I don't know. It's probably some of both. Little column A, little column B.
Yeah, I think so. And very interesting. The dominant lineup this week by far was switching out the Druid for the Rogue.
Rogue is really good. I really like.
Yeah, Rogue's back on a comeback. I thought it was really interesting that Druid so effectively counters Rogue, but you still saw lineups with Rogue actually have so much success.
Well,
go ahead.
I was going to say, it's interesting too, because if you look down at the bottom, lineups with Rogue did well, but Rogue itself was terrible.
Rogue that's also kind of confusing. Rogue lineups did great, but Rogue in those lineups, not great.
No.
Is this like the same thing we were seeing with Mage, where Mage is just, it's good, but it's just not the star in the lineup?
I think so.
Yeah, and very interesting too when you look at the bans. Warrior has gone right back to enemy number 1. 32 bans last week.
Oh yeah.
And I just
Although it only
Wow.
went 17 and 17, while Demon Hunter second most bans, but it's jumping up to 33 and 21 with a 61% win rate. So
also,
it seems like it's always a decision between those two.
also found it how
I still
fun.
think Hunter.
Yeah,
Sorry, I still think Hunter is really enemy number 1. People are looking to either ban it or bring it, and people are figuring out how to beat it. So, like, they're just not banning it as much.
yeah. Well, it's interesting because that top lineup, the Demon Hunter, Druid Hunter, Warrior, it really doesn't have too many bad matchups into the Hunter. It has a few like 50-50 coin flips. It's mostly across the board like that, but the only matchups where it isn't, it's usually favored. So, yeah. And it's just interesting how it was like, what, I think it had like 40 bans one week, and then all of a sudden it's back down to barely getting banned at all.
Oh wow! So overall, Warrior has more bans than the other classes by a long shot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No other class has over 100 bans in total, but Warrior has 147.
Yeah, it's quite showing that Warrior is like, it kind of hid for a week, but it's still back to like public enemy number 1.
Yeah, I think it's just so hard to counter Warrior. Like you can,
Yeah.
but it's easier to just counter other things, I think.
And that there's like so many tech
Yeah.
options too, because like, say you bring Mage, and Mage is usually a good matchup into Warrior. Oh, well now they throw bombs into their deck and you're screwed. It seems like there's so much flexibility with the Warrior class, even if it's only a couple of tech options.
Yeah. It's a good class, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So we'll probably see some more shifts again as the season goes on. We've still got a little bit of time to go, but now that we don't really have any nerfs incoming anytime soon, it might start to settle. So we'll see, what changes in the weeks to come. But this is definitely an interesting trend, and we'll keep an eye on it in the weeks to come.
Yeah. All right. I believe it's time for our last week review.
All right.
All right. Our opening match is Spies That Flies versus the Inoyo team, and I'm going to let Base take this one away.
All right. So it was a really close one. If you don't know that just by looking at the score, we had obviously get the sweep over Amaj. Ridiculous Hat beat Lotus Knight 3-2. I swept Totino's. Mad at Arms beat THL Lemur 3-2. And Jim Philos swept Chubbs Peterson Hand. So this came down to an 8-12 lead for a Noyo team with just me to play, and it literally couldn't have been closer. Yeah, I think this is the Noyo team waking up, and I'm glad that we just caught them on their initial wake up instead of when they really get things going again.
Yeah.
Inoyo has been sleeping all season, and they are definitely waking up. I love Inoyo team, and I believe it's a mage, not a mage.
A mage.
Thank
you.
Yeah. But Inoyo, I definitely want to root for them. I think they're a lot better than they've shown themselves to be this season.
I mean, I think their biggest issue is that they might be waking up now, but I think there's a good possibility it might be a little too late. They are 28 points.
Too late.
They're 28 points out of the playoff spot right now. That's doable, but that's a lot to make up in the remaining.
If they're
5 weeks.
tying the number 1 team, like that is definitely that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an impressive performance. They are going to have to pretty much catch fire and win almost all their games to come. But that was huge. What a clutch win, or what a clutch performance to tie. So Spies That Flies keeps their undefeated record as the only team that has not lost.
Yeah. Very, very clutch game by Pace there at the end, getting the sweep. All right.
Yeah, that's right, Matt. A Noyo team can still spoil dreams. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right. Next up, we have
Dream crushing. Oh god, it's gonna be so fun this season.
Next up, we have ATL versus NPH. And Rom, would you like to run us through this one?
Absolutely. So another really close match between two teams right at the top of the standings. NPH just still kind of proven that they're a real force to be reckoned with. It looks more and more like we're having teams really separate themselves as the cream of the crop, and NPH, I think, is definitely one of those teams that belongs. ATL also was undefeated before this game and wound up taking their first loss of the season, but it was very close. We had a 3-2 win for Blue Spartan in the one over Skittles. Agent PWE beating our resident player of the week from the previous week, Binoculars, 3-2. Pasca still continuing his undefeated streak. I think they'd already played by the time we did our show last week, but Shadow Ranger was also undefeated. Pasca took a sweep off of him. Then we've got Disco losing to Free Hong Kong, losing to Pon there in the 4, 3-1, and Electabuzz, fairly certain that still keeps him with the best overall game score in Hero, still undefeated as well, 6-0, sending Shunsui to the Shadow Realm, 3-2. This game could not have been closer, it seems. Other than the Pasca sweep, every single game looked like it really was one that could go either way.
Oh, yeah. This was hard fought on both sides. Electabuzz really doing work this season. Pasca as well. Just they are carrying that team. Like everybody else is doing okay, but Electabuzz and Pasca are just killing it this season. And the point total for MPH, like, it is definitely.
Oh wow! And Electabuzz, last match of the week, and it was a reverse sweep. So talk about coming up clutch. That's huge.
Yeah. And also, like, I can't say I'm that surprised that NPH was the one to end ATL's undefeated. NPH is a very strong team, and you can see they're only 1 point behind ATL now.
Right.
They're definitely in the thick of it.
Yeah, we've got 3 teams that have already broken 100 points, and it's these 2 teams right here on the screen, and of course, our undefeated Spies That Flies at the very top.
They're definitely the rum and the rum cake this season.
Definitely. All right, moving on. We have Dad Legend versus the Burninator. Sage, go ahead.
Hold on. All right.
Ted, you love to have Sage recap the
Burninator's absolutely.
Losses. I see how it is. Yeah. Thanks for sparing me, though.
Anytime, buddy.
All right, so we got Lil Herthy going 3-2 over Icicles, and RonMexico taking the L 2-3 to Starlax. Man, come on, Ron, you got to beat Starlax.
Hey, at least I got one win, Sage.
And then Starkey taking it 3-2 over Dart. I lost on stream to Quest Hunter, and what else did he play? I don't remember what else he played. Quest Hunter and something else. Quest Hunter almost freaking swept me, man. Good grief.
Yeah, I think he got you in Game 5 with the Demon Hunter.
Yeah, it was close. It was close. He drew the nuts and with that Demon Hunter, that's for sure. But it was real close. Taking it 3-2 over myself, and then Turd Herder taking it 3-0 over Silver, making it 16-12 for Dad Legend over the Burnators this week. We are definitely trying to fight them off as well as we can, but I think our best bet this season will end up being playing Dream Crusher for other playoff contenders going forward. Have we already played all the playoff teams? Honestly, I think we've had a pretty tough schedule. I haven't even looked at it here lately. I know I'm against Matty Ebbs this week. I don't remember.
But yeah,
I'm not sure either. I haven't double checked.
I mean, I'll have to look at it after the stream.
To give you guys credit, you did put up a 12-point week against Dad Legend. That's not easy to do.
We put up double digits every week.
Yeah.
This is actually reminiscent of Burninator's last season. The only difference is we started to turn it around at this point last season, and we still haven't quite done that. We're just picking up a lot of points and losses, but haven't quite broken through. And in
Yeah.
a hero field like this, it just shows you really can't have that happen. In other seasons, maybe we'd be hanging around in the playoff pack. This looks like a really tall order to get back in the playoffs because there's just so many really strong teams right now.
Absolutely.
And Dad Legend putting
the hero
themselves
teams are so stacked.
easily in the conversation. They just moved into 4th place for playoffs. So if playoffs started today, Dad Legend would get the last spot.
Yeah, and that's just another thing to mention. Like, the field's so stacked
That's
this
so
season
insane.
that Dead Legend's only in the conversation now. They're not even like a front runner.
Yeah.
They're just in the conversation.
They changed one person on their roster from last season. Their last season roster was so absurd. It was ridiculous.
Well, and I mean, like, you can see their one change is going 4-2, so it's not like it's a bad substitution.
Yeah, there's just a bigger change. The bigger change is that the overall field got much tougher.
Oh yeah, 100%. All right, I think it's time to move on to F2L Black versus the Cult. In the 1 seed, we had Itachi getting swept by Heat Shock. 2 seed, we had Liquid Ox fighting back and sweeping the last champ. 3 seed, Sub-Zeroshio barely pulling off the 3-2 over Sanguine. 4 seed, myself got Chronic 3-1. 5 seed, Kazargar barely edged it out over Quaz 3-2 to give F2L Black the 13-12 win.
That is so stupid close. You should not be upset about this loss, Ted. Plus, Zeroshio at 270 PR? What nonsense is this? Is his PR broke like everybody else's has been in Hero for the past couple of days? What the hell?
Well, it's also really funny. I was in the exact same position Based was. I was the final match, and we were down 12-8, yeah. And I had to sweep, and I got the 2-0 lead and just couldn't close it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was really mad at myself. But yeah, what can you do? Maybe
if it makes you feel any better, though, it wouldn't have changed anything for your team's score. It only would have denied F2L 4 points?
Yeah.
Still gets you on.
Yeah, it would have gotten us 1 point.
That could be important as well, since F2L is literally the team right above the Cult in total points. So denying them points would have been relevant.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm just happy I'm back up to a 500 record after the way it started.
Hey, yeah, at least one of the hosts on the show here can win. That's why we have guests like Based, so that we aren't just like pure idiots talking about Hero when we can't win a game. We get 6-0 guests like Based. It's great.
We talked about the guest prediction being so insanely good over everybody else's.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Not only are we idiots like in game, but we're idiots on here apparently because we can't predict anything either.
Easy.
The guest prediction is like so much better than a coin flip. It's almost 60%. It's like 58 or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, meanwhile the three of us are struggling to break 50.
I'm 52 and Ron is 53 and you're what, 40?
Shut up. 48.
Ted's like, all right, moving on to the next segment now.
I can see this is payback for me, making you read off the Burninator's.
Nope.
All right.
That's all right, man.
Anyways, next up we have Tampam Surf Slam versus the Booze Cruise. Ron, would you like to read this one through?
Absolutely. So, with this match, Tanpams versus Booze Cruise, this was really surprising. Tanpams was pretty high up there in the standings. Booze Cruise had not found a win yet. And not only did they find a win, but they found a win in dominant fashion. They swept in the top 3 seeds. Matty Ebbs lost to Oz, which was the only loss for Booze Cruise in the entire series there. And Chewbacca picking up a close win over Mike V in the 5 in a 5-game series. Just wow. I mean, I think we were probably collectively underrating Booze Cruise, and Sage can back me up on this point that I think Booze Cruise was really brought down by the presence of Cone. And now that they have your Mumkhead on the team, your Mumkhead is an incredibly good player who can definitely hold his own in a stacked 3-seed field. I think there might still be time for Booze Cruise to turn it around, but with the points as low as they are, they really need to keep putting up massive victories like this against top teams for the rest of the season. That being said, they might be able to do it.
I mean, like, it's one thing to be able to start picking up wins, but they need to start, having, like, at least this many points each week. Like, even one more week where they don't win it, that's going to be probably it for their season.
Right. Yeah. If they had, like, Tanpams can survive this 6-point loss and they can still be in contention. But if Booze Cruise has a 6-point week like Tanpams just had, I think they're probably out of it. The season started too poorly.
I mean, Booze Cruise does have the second highest AOS. So, I mean,
Definitely.
They do actually have a shot if they really start picking it up. They have the player quality.
Yeah, dark horse team for sure.
Yeah, also, I would just... Tampams, what are you doing? Like, Tampams going into last week, they were in 5th place, 1 point out of playoffs. They really can't be doing this. They need to be picking up wins in a playoff race that is this intense.
Yeah, this is basically their 1 week of a hiccup that they get to have, because if they have another one like this, it's probably the same situation. The field is just too stacked. How else do you keep up with, the top 3 plus Stat Legend and F2L? It's going to be tough. So they got to start picking up wins quick.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to our last match. Licensed to Illidan versus the Young Guns. Sage, would you like to read us through this one?
Have Base do it.
Okay, Based.
All right. So we had Young Guns taking it 14-11 over Licensed Illidan. In the 1, Dabs sweeping Trippy Toad. 2, Donde sweeping Catman. In the 3, Buse taking it 3-2 over Amphal. In the 4, Diamond taking it 3-1 over 2-star Mako to get the current BGH.
Congrats, Diamond.
Saku 3-2 over Doomsday. Really showing that Young Guns still has some fighting power. I think that they are probably looking to play spoiler as well, but they really can dish some points.
Yeah, like we talk about being too far out to be able to reasonably make a comeback, and they're 37 points out of a playoff spot right now. I think they're definitely looking for the spoiler role.
But what a win by Diamond there in the 4.
Oh, yeah.
Picking up BGH currently, as he points out in chat, he's still sticking with the 3-1 game score, but he decided to flip it around in his favor this week.
Yeah.
So that'll be exciting to see if he can keep that going.
Yeah, Ted and I both had Mako 3-1 in our predictions, but it apparently was supposed to be Diamond 3-1.
Yeah.
Ted.
I know. All right. I believe that about does it for our last week recap. So I believe Ron has a few words for us.
Awesome. Yep, it's commercial time. So, hey there, Twitch viewers. We are once again asking for your subscription support. Please consider subscribing to our channel. This subscription enables the THL team to help cover the various costs of operating our website, as well as improve the quality of our streams and content to our viewers. If you have Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime, you can still sub to this channel for free. Subscribers will get a THL emoticon as well as the lovely THL chat badge. So hit that heart button and keep the notifications on to make sure you catch our team broadcasting live. We appreciate each and every one of you. Special note to our viewers, check out THL's other social media points of interest, our website, teamhearthlegends.com. Follow us on Twitter at THL_HS. Join us on Discord at Team Hearth Legends. Check out the THL POW podcast for power rankings for all series. The true Hearth legend himself, Saku, has been posting all of our videos on our YouTube channel. Just search Team Hearth Legends to catch everything previously recorded. And you are, of course, watching us on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Team Hearth Legends, or possibly on our YouTube channel in the future. And for all you THL fanatics out there, there are THL shows every single day of the week. You can't go wrong tuning in at any time for some amazing Hearthstone-related content. Now back to the good part.
Like Matt Arm said in Jack, Saku is the GOAT. I don't think there's any question
Taku is
about
the GOAT.
that.
I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but he timestamps these videos.
Yeah.
Timestamps them. And I want to know so bad if he actually, if he actually watches through all of them. So I was actually eating there for a second. If he actually watches through all of them in order to timestamp them, or if he just skims through to like see where things happen, I don't know. I want to know. Does he actually? Because I couldn't. I don't think I could do that. I don't think. I honestly like. I almost feel bad saying it, but I could not watch through all the content that we've got because we have so much content.
Yeah. I mean, like it's
on our Twitch channel.
Honestly, I feel like Taku like is almost working a full-time job with the amount he does for DHL, and it's insane.
Plus, doesn't he stream op for like Sunday or something? Some other shows?
Sunday and Friday. He stream ops.
Wow.
Yeah.
The man is a legend. He is the GOAT.
Basedinc with the tier 1 sub. Oh man.
Ooh, we got
Let's go
subs.
Base.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you, Based.
The 2-month streak.
Going.
Awesome.
And also, I was laughing at what Diamond said. Watch us go 23 points for the rest of the season and then end up in 5th.
It's some new version of the diamond curse, I bet.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, time to start running
On
down.
to the preview.
Yeah.
Predictions.
Running down the matches that are coming up, and well, Base, I'm gonna let you go again because this is your match.
Yeah, this is your team.
All right. So we got Spies and Flies versus ATL. The two previously undefeated teams. We have an asterisk at our undefeated. It's not a perfect season anymore.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
So we got obviously versus Blue Spartan, and I'm gonna take obviously there. Obviously. We have Lotus Knight taking on Binoculars, and I'm going to give that to Lotus Knight. And then we have me playing Shadow Ranger. I'm going to give that to Shadow Ranger. We have THL Lemur playing Free Hong Kong Pond, and going to give that to THL Lemur. And we have Chubbs taking on Shunsui, and I think Chubbs will send Shunsui to the Shadow Realm. So I've got it 4-1 for Spies, with just me losing.
The patented quads.
there it
I
is.
love it.
I don't know who this Quaz person is. I don't. Are you what?
Yeah, that's fair. I barely know who he is.
Yeah.
Excellent picks.
All right. Yeah. I guess I will go next. I have in the 1 seed. I have Blue Spartan winning. It's kind of hard to choose against Blue this season. He's having an insane season. 2 Lotus. It's hard to choose against Lotus in the 2. Likewise with Base in the 3. That's insane. That's like close to a 200 PR cap. There. That's just not fair. 4, I have Lemur taking it, and 5, Shunsui. But that is a 3-2 win for the Spies.
Nice. Yeah, it's really hard to pick against the Spies here. This is a really exciting matchup with these two teams hanging out in the 1 and the 2, right? Yeah, ATL still second in the rankings right now. So ATL had to first play NPH, and now they play Spies in back-to-back weeks. That's a rough set of matches.
Yeah, those schedules got real hard, real fast.
Yeah, I do think Spies is still going to take this one too. I've got Avi in the 1 over Blue Spartan. I think Lotus picks up the win over Lars in the 2. One of the only reasons that I actually have a positive win rate when it comes to picks, and I'm better than a coin flip, is because I pick Base every week, who's 6-0. So not going to deviate from that. Still going Based here. In the 4, I think that Pond is going to get the win over Lemur. And in the 5, I've got Shunsui. My man Shunsui, I can't ever really pick against this guy. I think he's way too strong in the 5. I think he beats Chubbs, but Spies still takes it overall 3-2.
All right.
You know, I think Shunsui is very strong in the 5 as well. I just don't know. Chubbs is having a really, really good season.
He is.
I don't really know who Chubbs is, but he is killing it. And I really struggle to pick against Blue. I think based on his record last season, the fact that he went undefeated so long, and then just kept it going even after taking a loss. And now he's doing the same thing this season. He didn't go undefeated for as long, but he is just killing it, like back to back to back. I think if this is the blue that we're going to get to know, then I will have a hard time picking for him a long time to come. And I'm picking blue every time here. Lotus as well is a really excellent player. And based as well. I mean, undefeated. Come on, how are you going to pick against somebody that's undefeated? Like whoever they're up against, they got to really give you a convincing argument to pick against the undefeated player. And Lemurs, not as washed up as I thought. I mean, I guess he's pretty good. But yeah, I'm going with 4-1 for the Spies here, with the Blue Lotus based Lemur and Chubbs.
All right. Next up, we have No Pros Here versus License to Illidan. Ron, go ahead.
All right, so No Pros Here, just on an absolute tear. 2 6-0 players, working their way up to the top of the standings. First, License to Illidan, who did just drop a game against the lowest point total team in Hero Series. I don't think fall this week. I think NPH is too strong. I've got Skittles winning in the 1 over Donde. I think Agent PWE picks up a victory in the 2 over Trippy Toad. Pasca, I've since realized the error of my ways anytime I've picked against Pasca, and I will not make that mistake going forward. Pasca beats everybody, apparently. Well, at least until they play Spies. And then I'll pick Based over Pasca, but that hasn't happened yet. Pasca beats Anfall in the 3, I think. Disco versus Scritch looks like a really entertaining one. I think Disco's going to get the victory here, though. And in the 5 seed, doesn't seem like anybody can stop Electabuzz right now. So Electabuzz picks up this one, too. That is a full sweep, 5-0 for NPH.
5-0.
5-0.
Wow. Now that is a very hot take. 5-0 is always
bold picks.
Yeah,
that is very bold, Ron. Yes, very bold.
I
think I can definitely never pick against Scritch. I'm right there with you. Wait, no, you picked against him. I'm right there with somebody else though.
All right, well, Sage, go ahead.
Yeah. I can't pick against Scritch, man. He's my boy. I know he's 0-1 right now, but I can't pick against him. But I'll pick Skittles. Skittles, he's subbing on my wild team this week, and he is a champ. If he preps like this just to crush dreams, I can't imagine what he does to try to make playoffs. And so I'm picking Skittles. Pee-wee, I'm going to pick over Trippy Toad. Trippy Toad's not having a great season. So that's a pretty easy pick. Posca, again, a very easy pick. Undefeated. How do you pick against that? Scritch, can't pick against him. And Electabuzz, another undefeated player. How do you pick against that, man? NPH, please, give me some reasons to pick against you. I would appreciate that, honestly. So I've got it going 4-1 for NPH here.
Yeah. Base, go ahead.
All right. So in the 1, I got Donde beating Skittles, and I think it's just because Skittles is probably already still upset about my Taste the Rainbow picks last year season. So I just decided to butter up Donde. I got PWE beating Trippy Toad because PWE is killing it in every other series, and I'm pretty sure that record's going to flip for him here. I got Posca beating Onfall because, again, how do you pick against a 6-0 player? I got Disco beating Scritch again. This is a rematch. I believe that loss is to Disco in Hero. And then I got Electabuzz, who is just killing the 5 seed, beating Saku. That's 4-1 No Pros. I believe that Scritch
I think
up
you're
for
right.
Booth Cruise and played Disco.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So
Oh my god, I think you're right.
Oh boy.
Like a week, and that was on stream, I think, a week or 2 ago. Yeah. So I think Disco's going to run it back.
No. I think Scritch is going to try to get
I
the
love
revenge.
Scritch.
That's what I think.
Great dude. I love interacting with him in the HSA Discord, but I'm sorry. I'm picking Disco here, and that's 4-1 for No Pros here.
All right.
All right.
I feel like I'm going very bold with these picks. I'm giving it to Donde in the 1, and like you said, Donde's a really good guy to try to butter up.
Butter up the boss.
Yeah. Anyways, giving it to him in the 1. I'm thinking Trippy's definitely been. He had a really good season last season, and I think he's going to start. I think he's going to pick up the 1 this week. Have him in the 2. Posca, can't pick against him in the 3. Scritch, Sage, I agree with you. I think he's, lost the disco once, and he's a really good player, and he's ready to bring it back. So I have him in the 4, and I have Electabuzz in the 5 because, again, he's 6-0. But I'm giving it to License Zillid in 3-2.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Although, keep in mind that Ted's picks are currently worse than a coin flip.
Shut up.
It's true.
I can leave.
No, you're the operator. If you leave, the whole show dies.
Oh, God. I take it back, Ted.
I'm hovering my mouse over the end stream button right now. All right.
Ooh, Ted flexing that power. Nice.
Anyways, next up, we're going to go to part of the reason why my picks have been bad. Dad Legend versus the Cult.
What? Oh, wait, no. We are in order. I'm
Yeah.
just drunk. I'm just...
All right. Anyways, in the 1 seed, we have Inzi stepping in for Heat Shock. Heat Shock choosing to wisely spend the time for Masters Tour this weekend. But we have Inzi subbing, who we found out last night is not actually 50 PR. I know, shocking. But Inzi playing Icicles. In the 2, we have the Last Champ versus Starlax. 3, we have myself moving back up into the 3 seed against Yellow Dart. 4 seed, we have Sanguine versus Hockey Boys, which, if you guys didn't know, will be happening in approximately 24 minutes, and it will be happening on stream after this ends.
All
and
right.
in the 5, we have Quaz versus Turd Herder. So I'm going to go with my picks. 1 seed, Inzi. He's, excited to be here. He's been talking a lot in the Discord, getting ready. Giving it to him in the 1. 2 seed, Last Champ, insane player. Giving it to him in the 2. 3 seed, I'm giving it to Yellow Dart. I think he's going to step it up and take me back to the wrong side of 500. 4 seed, Hockey Boys is a totally nutty 4 seed, but so is Sanguine, and I think she's going to pull it out. And 5 seed, Quaz, you got this, buddy. Taking it over Turd Herder. So that is
Nice.
4-1 for the Cult, with only myself losing.
The Quaz pick. Yep.
Yep.
It's a tried and true strategy. I like it.
All right. Anyways, Ron, what do you think?
This one, well, I just love picking against Isocles. I don't even really know why. I just like picking against him. It hasn't worked out great for me so far since he's 4-2, but Inzi's been chomping at the bit to play some hero. So I think Inzi is going to show up and grab a victory here in the 1 seed. The Last Champ, I think, takes it over Starlax in the 2. I've got Yellow Dart beating up on Ted in the 3 seed. The 4 seed, we're going to find out very soon how this goes down. It's very spicy classes that are getting brought here too, which is pretty exciting. I have a really hard time picking against Hockey Boys, though. If anybody can beat him, I think Sanguine can do it. I think this one is probably going to go 5, and I'm giving it to Hockey in 5. And in the 5 seed, Turd Herder versus Quaz. Turd Herder's coming off a 3-0 sweep of Silver. He's been killing it as the value 50 PR. Quaz is having a bit of a struggle in this hero season. I think Turd Herder continues his hot streak and gets the victory, and that gives it to Dad Legend 3-2.
They're very mild picks. I have a very contrary point of view here. I think Icicles probably takes it over Inzi here. Like, Inzi might be chomping at the bit, but Icicles is just proven to be good. And, yeah. Plus, Icicles only had 50 PR a day ago, so. In the 2, I'm going to give it to Starlax here. It's a tough pick, because the Last Champ is good, too. But I believe in Starlax. He beat RonMexico last week. I think he can take it over the Last Champ.
I don't know. Not special. I'm 1-5. Just saying.
I guess. I don't know, Ron. You're still special in my heart. Yellow Dart. is gonna beat the Big Ted. He's probably gonna sweep him. Honestly, we should get that on stream. That'd be pretty fun to watch. And then I think Sanguine with her priest is gonna take Hockey Boys out after stream here. Like that is definitely what's happening. Sanguine, the Blood Princess herself, is just going to put Hockey in his place to make him atone for what he did last week with his Quest Hunter. And then Turd is probably just going to beat Quaz. I mean, easy peasy. Turd just, yeah, lemon squeezy on Quaz. Giving it 4-1 for Dad Legend here.
All right, and Base, what do you think?
All right, so in the one, I got Isocles with the 500 PR advantage, taking out Inzi.
Nice.
Diamond's
going to lose that BGH if it wasn't for the update. If Inzi gets that win there.
Oh yeah. There would never be another BGH.
Yeah, 500 points.
Yeah. I'm going to give it to Last Champ, who is the only person who's swept me this season over Starlax. I'm going to give it to Yellow Dart in the 3. Sorry, Big Ted. I'm going to give it to Hockey, who beat me on stream last week. I have a thing for giving out the predictions to people who beat me. Try and butter them up for next time, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if they beat you, then they must be good.
Yeah.
I think this Quaz fellow might win the 5. I'm gonna pick the Quaz fellow, and that's 3-2 for Dad Legend.
All right. I mean, I really want to say we're going to prove you guys different, but we'll see, I guess. All right. Anyways, next up we have F2L Black versus the Young Guns. Base, do you want to run us through this one?
Yeah, so in the 1, we got Coles taking on Tweeg, who is subbing for Dabs. Everyone, please, in honor of Dabs. I'm not on camera, sorry.
You can't see it, but everyone's dabbing.
Dragon Rider subbing in for, can somebody remind me who is the 2 on F2L Black, please?
It's it's Itachi, who's usually the one who's getting subbed out. Or wait, or no.
Yeah,
no.
Itachi and Liquidox.
Wow.
Yeah, Liquid, yeah.
The 2 that subbed.
Why is he getting subbed out?
But Coles' name isn't in red, so maybe he replaced
interesting.
Itachi.
Yeah. I think Coles might be a perma sub, and Dragon Rider's just filling in for Ox this week.
Yeah. That makes sense. Liquidox also playing in the Masters Tour event like Dabs this weekend, and Heat Shock. So Dragon Rider's taking on Catman. Rabobson versus Buse, the Chronic versus Diamond, and Kazargar versus Doomsday. So in the 1, I got Coles taking down Tweeg. I think Coles just bans the zoo, and that's it. It's done.
I love it.
I think at that point Tweeg leaves. Catman beating Dragon Rider. Rabobson picking up that first win over Buse. I'm sorry, Buse. And then Diamond, I gotta get my boy Diamond taking down the Chronic, and Kazargar taking down Doomsday for a 3-2 win for F2L.
All right.
Nice.
Ron, what do you think?
Sorry, what'd you say, Ted?
I was just saying, what do you think about this match?
Oh, so this is pretty exciting with all the subs we have here between the 2 teams. We got some really exceptional players that are not available because they're playing a Master Store stuff. But the 1 seed matchup here, Coles versus TWEEG. You know I gotta pick my boy Tweeg in the 1. Coles is gonna have a lapse of judgment, and he's going to forget to ban Zoo, and Tweeg is going to sweep him with it, and Coles will remember for next time. We got in the 2 seed Dragon Rider versus Catman. Dragon Rider's a really good player. I think she's got a solid chance, but I think Catman sitting at 1-5. He's 70 years old. He's got a lot of cats. He's angry about his 1-5. He's gonna show up and he's gonna take this one down. I think Rabobson turns it around. This is the week where the players that are struggling, they're going to pick up some wins. I think Rabobson gets the win in the 3 seed. Chronic versus Diamond. I know the outcome of this match is going to be 3-1. I'm not sure which way it goes. but I think it's going to be 3-1 Chronic this week. And then in the 5 seed, I've got Kazargard taking it over Doomsday for a 3-2 F2L win.
All right. Sage, what do you think?
Yeah. That could definitely be a thing that happens. 3-2 F2L. I think something fairly similar is going to be happening. I think Tweeg for sure is going to be taking it in the 1 here against Colts. I don't know what it is about Tweeg. I think he isn't just a one-trick pony with his zoo. Yes, his zoo is his strongest by far, but he's a good player, and he's going to take it in the 1. Dragon Rider, didn't Dragon Rider beat you at some point, Ron? Maybe in another series?
No, we went 5. I won that in Legacy though.
Oh, okay.
In fairness, she had a
anyways.
draw for lethal though, so I easily could have lost that game.
Okay. Well, anyways, I think Dragon Rider does beat Catman, who, yeah, like you said, 70, lots of cats. And Buse, when did he go into the 3? Because Diamond was put on the team? Is that what pushed him out of the 4? I guess so.
I think, yeah.
He's in the 3, but I think Diamond takes it over the 0-5 Robobson. I had to look at that there. I think Buse takes it over the 0-5 Robobson here, and Chronic is doing pretty good. If he gets as lucky this week as he did against me, then he'll take it 3-1 over Diamond. And then Kazargar, 3-3, taking it over Doomsday, giving it 3-2 to F2L.
All right.
All right. So 3-2 F2L picks so far.
Yeah. Guess that sound to me. Of course, he was so excited to come on the show. He was so excited to advertise himself as a sub and hero. He's not going to let us down. TWEEG is going to get the win over goals. 2 seed, I think Dragon Rider is a very strong player. I don't think her 382 PR really tells the full story, and I think that's going to be a win over Catman. 3 seed, I have Buse getting the win over Rebob. Rebob, I still can't believe we're looking at it 0-5 Rebob sitting in the 3 seed, but it's the facts, and I don't, on one hand, I would like to believe he would turn it around just based off of who he is, but he's given me no reason to believe it. So I'm going to give that to Buse. 4 seed, I'm giving it to the Chronic, of course, 3-1, because he's facing Diamond. And 5 seed, Kazargar, having a really good season. Or, I guess, pretty good season over Doomsday. So I'm joining the pack of the 3-2 F2L picks.
Yeah, you just copied my homework, didn't you, Ted?
Yeah, definitely.
I see you.
All right. Next up, we have the Tampam Surf Slam versus the Inoyo team, and I believe, Ron, this is you.
All right, awesome. So we got A2 Battleship versus DeSharmo in the 1. As much as I want to pick DeSharmo, he's been a bit distracted. He's had a rough hero season so far. I think A2 gets a bounce back win after getting swept last week. I think A2 takes the victory in the 1 here. RHAT is so hard to pick against in any seed, any series. NHL NJ Fan is having a really good season in other series, but Hero hasn't been coming that easily to them. So I think RHAT takes down Marty Brodeur here. In the 3 seed, JR Juggerlaw versus Totino's Pizza. Totino's Pizza had a rude awakening to the 3 seed in Hero, having to play base last week. The road gets a little easier, but not by much. JR is an exceptional player. I think he takes the win in the 3. I'm giving it to Oz in the 4, and I think Mike V takes it down in the 5 over Jim Philos for a 4-1 bounce back Tanpam's win.
All right. Base, what do you think?
All right. So again, it's so hard to root against DeSharmo, but it's so hard to pick against A2 this season. He's just killing it multiple series. So I'm going to give it to A2 in the 1. And the same thing goes for RHAT in the 2. NHL, great player, but you just can't pick against RHAT right now. He is sleeping, and now he's winning all the time. I think there's some science to that.
That's what it is.
Yeah. In the 3, I'm going to give it to pizza. Again, I'm picking with the people who've beaten me, where the last time I played Totino's Pizza, he slapped me in the coin concede series. So I'm going to give it to pizza over JR there. In the 4, I'm going to give it to Matt at Arms. I think he's going to get back to positive over Osmonaut there. And then in the 5, I'm going to give it to Mike V over Jim Philos. Jim Philos. I don't know how to say that one. And that's going to be
You just call him Jim.
Jim.
I call him Jim Philos.
Jim Philos.
Oh,
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
And so that.
Plenty of nicknames for him.
Sorry, I keep
Jimmy
interrupting
P.
you. Go ahead, Pace. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm going to give that 3-2 to Anoya team.
All right.
Awesome.
Sage, what do you think?
You know, I'm very much almost entirely aligned with Based here. I think A2 in the 1 for sure. Yeah, Descharmu is having a kind of rough season. I understand he's got some stuff going on in his life, and it's kind of distracting him right now. And A2 doesn't quite have that many distractions, so he has more time to focus on prepping for his matches and getting there. And I think that really gives it to A2 here as far as, just strictly from a 1v1 perspective, whatever. Descharmu, you'll do better next season, I'm sure. But A2 is taking it this week. In the 2. Martin Brodeur, I would love to root for this guy because I just like saying that name. But R-Hat, you can't root against him. The guy is too good. He is too statistically minded and is too well practiced. He's taking it here every time. I do think that Totino's had a rough first week. I think he couldn't have had a worse week 1 to sub in or whatever he's doing for a Noyo team here, but I think he could take it this week. I'm going to give it to him over JR. Totino's, Mr. Totino's, if you're listening, just tilt him, man. That's a strategy. Just tilt him. Easy. I think Matt could take it over Oz here. And Jim, I love rooting for Jim. Jim Philos, my man. Any team he's on that helps him out and tells him what to do, when to do it, is gonna make good use of Jim. And that's the way you get a 4-1 if you are a Noyo team and you show that you've been woke for sure.
All right. I feel like I'm going against you guys here. I'm giving the 1 seed, or at least not Ron, but giving the 1 seed to A2 Battleship. Sharma, like you said, he's having some personal life stuff go on, which nobody can blame him for, but he's definitely struggling a bit. 2, I'm giving it to R-Hat because again, R-Hat is insane player. He's putting up a really good season. 3 seed, I'm giving it to JR. Just JR, a really good player. 4 seed, Osmonaut, got to go with my legacy captain. Hopefully he picks me back up next season if I keep picking him in hero. And then 5 seed, I'm giving it to Jim. Jim having a really good season. Like we've said before, finally out of the 50 PR. And I think it's his time to shine. But I am giving it 3-2 to Tampams.
Nice. I love how you and me both pick our legacy captain here.
Oh, yeah, of course.
No hard feelings in chat there, Matt.
Yeah.
Totally not biased.
Totally not at all. Well, and like on Dark Hawk's such a great guy too. It's hard to pick against him.
Yeah,
and he's an insane
he's
player
really good.
too.
He's got the PR edge, and he's born too.
I heard he changed his name to Dark Hawk just because of he wanted to hear Robson say that on stream. Like that's level. Why his name is Dark Hawk.
I love that story.
It's excellent.
All right. Anyways, final match of the night: Burninators versus the Booze Crews. The Battle of the Titans. Sage, go ahead.
All right. Give me 1 second here. I just got one more.
Right. Sage needs to get ready for this one.
Oh man. All right, here we go. The Burninators versus Booze Crews. In the 1, we've got Lil Herthy versus Zancat. In the 2, we've got RonMexico himself versus Dr. Bomb D. In the 3, we have Starcat, aka Medusas, versus your mum kid. In the 4, we have myself versus Matty Ebbs. And in the 5, we have Silver T Fox Demon versus Chewbacca. So, in the 1, we've got Lorthy versus Zancat. The Zancat, my Xanax, man. Sedate me here. Just take it over Lorthy. I mean, Lorthy's probably going to beat you, but I think you can do it. I believe in you, Zancat. You can do this. All right. In the 2, Dr. Bomb D is going to drop the bomb on Ron. In the 3, your mum kid coming in kind of late into the season, but he's pretty good. I think he can get there over Starkey. Yeah. And Matty Ebbs is just going to beat me every time. I can't seem to win. And Shu, I don't know, probably sweep Silver. And that'll be like a 15 to 8 week for us, probably.
All right. I'm gonna go next. 1 seed. I'm giving it to Harthy. Harthy is, great player. Zancat, of course, also a great player. This could go either way, but Harthy having a good season. 2, Ron, I can see you're doing a speed run down to 50 PR, and I don't think Bomb D is gonna stand in your way. I think he's gonna help you out.
Just gonna keep on tanking, huh? All right.
Ron doing the long con to be in the 5 seed in 3 seasons. Anyways, 3 seed, I'm giving it to Medusas. Again, a very good player, having a very good season. 4 seed, I'm going bold here. Sage gets his first win of the season this week.
Oh, I love you.
And in the 5 seed, Chewbacca, Chewbacca should not be a 5 seed. He's a very good 4 seed. Him in the 5 seed is insane, and I don't understand how he's only 3-3. But I'm giving it to him, and I'm giving it 3-2 to the Burnators. All right, Sage, what do you think? Or sorry, Rom, what do you think?
So this week, we got to turn it around this week. If it's going to happen at all, it needs to start now. Unfortunately for us, Boost Cruise is really waking up, and they're going to give us a really tough challenge. I think Harthy wins in the 1 because I think Harthy wins every game he ever plays. So far, he's only proven me wrong twice, so I'll stick with that. I'm going to keep making mistakes and picking myself to win. So far, that's not been working out too well for me, but we'll see how it goes this week against Dr. BOMD. I think I can take this one, even though he did sweep me in Legacy, so that might be a pipe dream. We'll find out. In the 3, we've got Starkey, Medusas versus your mum kid. Mainly, I like to pick against Starkey because he usually wins when I pick against him, so I'm going to stick with that. Also, your mom kid's actually a really good player, and this should be a close match. I think your mom kid's going to take the 3 seed matchup here. Ted, I'm a little upset that you stole my thunder here because I love picking against Sage, but I want to have some faith in Sage. 0-7, I don't believe it. I don't believe it, Sage. And Matty Ebbs is going to be a hell of a challenge, but you know what? You can do it. I have faith in you. You're going to get the win this week. You're going to improve to 1-6. And then we've got in the 5 seed, Silver versus Shu. Silver's beaten players with higher PR than him before, but I think this might be a little bit too much to overcome. Shu is really, really good, and I don't think he belongs in the 5. I think Shu picks up the victory in the 5 seed, but that does give it to Burninator's 3-2 in a clutch win to keep us hanging on by a fingernail, looking in on the playoff race to see if maybe we can sneak in before it's too late.
All right, and finally, Based. Go ahead.
All right, so in the 1, that's a hard call, but I'm going to go with Harthy. I think he's a great player. He proved it in Pro last season. I think it's going to translate here. The 2, I got Ron beating Dr. Bomb, and that is strictly because I want Ron to like me more and go easy in our Pro match this week.
Next level. Nice.
Yeah, it could go either way, but I got a personal stake in it, so I'll use that
Just for
this.
that, I'm bringing Shaman.
Yes. In the 3, I got your Mum Kid beating Starkey Medusas. I think your Mum Kid is insane at that PR, and I think going to be one of the 3 seeds to beat by the end of the season. I'm going to give Sage, my boy, always gives me the pick, so I'm going to give him the pick here over Matty Ebbs. And then in the 5, I've got Shu beating Silver. I think Silver's going to be a little bit more focused on Wild this week and give Shu the edge right there. And that'll be a 3-2 for the Burninators.
Wow, what did I do to deserve this? You're all picking me. You cursed me.
Don't worry, Sage. You uncursed yourself.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right.
I am the confirmed, validated cursor. So yeah.
We are running low on time, but I think we should do a quick interview with Based.
Yeah, we still have time for an interview.
Yeah.
We can go ahead and do that real quick since we're done with predictions.
All right.
So, Based, are you ready?
I am. Let's go so we can get to the mat.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So question number 1, how does your team prep each week? Voice chat, scrims, charts, etc.
So, we do the standard, talking about what everyone's bringing, throw out ideas for lineups, review deck lists. But Lotus really gets in there and does a lot of stat work for anyone who wants it. And then Super Murloc is doing an insane amount of prep with Chubbs, Peterson, and just anyone who needs it. Really being a great captain to the team and really helping out Chubbs there.
Yeah, that's one thing I've always heard about Lotus, and I want to play on a team with him eventually, is that he just puts in an insane amount of work and does just really good charts and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, charts can really help carry a team. Ultimate, a couple of seasons back, for HSA, just carried so hard by, he had, a whole simulation thing that he would run every week to figure out what the best brings would be and stuff, and it was ridiculous. And so, a stats guy is something that, every team, it's a boon to any team that they're on. If you're good with stats and you're on a team, you could go 0-5 and your team will still love you. Just saying.
All right. Next up is one of my favorite questions. What advice would you have for any new players and or captains coming into THL?
So my advice is just dive into the community. If you've got a talent, share that talent. A lot of people I think would be surprised to know that this is my 2nd season playing on a team. This is my 3rd season in THL, where I played Challenger my 1st season, but this is it. And a lot of people think I've been around for such a long time because my 1st season, I did content and I just really dove into the community and was very active on the Discord and just excited to be here.
Yeah, definitely. We were. I know I was surprised last night when we were talking that this was only your 2nd.
An established name in the community by now, so it just seems surprising that you've only been here for not even a year now.
Yeah, definitely the impact of just diving into a community. So that's great advice.
Yeah. All right. Next up,
what is your favorite roster you've ever played with?
So I don't know if anyone noticed, but HSA is the same roster as the Galacronis. That team is so much fun. We made playoffs last season, and I just love playing with that team.
All right,
yeah,
great.
I've heard that playing on a team with Sage on it is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hard disagree.
I mean, I've never played on a team with him, but I know being on a show with him just sucks.
He's the worst. That guy's the worst.
Hey, you got to give it up for the Nick Cage gifts though. They're exceptional.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, and this one actually came courtesy of a friend of mine. So because I couldn't find any that I was satisfied with. So yeah, thank you actually.
All right.
So any funny stories about your team? Inside jokes, memes, etc.
I would not say that we have that many jokes and spies. I'm sorry. It's just business. We only care about winning.
I respect that.
I'm sorry.
Solid.
I almost stayed straight there. Yeah, no, we don't like have any ongoing jokes, but we have a good time. Like, you know, we're here to have fun.
Yeah.
You know, winning is fun, and we're trying to grind that out and hopefully take home a W at the end of the season. But we do have fun.
All right. Coming up next, we have a set of questions from the one and only Diamond. First question: best Lil B song.
So I'm gonna go with "I Hate Myself" off the album "I'm Gay." Lil B is an interesting human being. I respect him mostly for his work ethic. He used to put out like a mixtape every month of like 30 songs. And also, I respect his ability to curse people. I don't know. He famously cursed Kevin Durant.
Nice.
All right.
That's awesome.
Next up, who is the most underrated player you have ever teamed with?
Shout out to Atomic Ghost, who I play with on HSA. He has a 66% win rate over 4 seasons and just is not talked about that much. A Ghost is one of the hard carries for that team.
I have been really surprised by his performance this season. For one, I was really upset with him at the start of the season when he would only play against the Innkeeper. That is actually one of the inside jokes for HSA this season.
Oh, that's true.
Is we'll ask him, like, you know, how does that deck fare against the Innkeeper? You know, because like when the expansion launched, that's all he was doing was playing against the Innkeeper. Come on, Ghost.
Yeah, it's apparently been working out for him.
Yeah, it is.
Apparently it has.
But I've also had the fortune of I've played with Ghost before, and great guy and an even better player. And I definitely agree with you on that one. All right.
Yeah.
What is your favorite series so far this season?
I love all my series equally. I don't care for Legacy.
That was an awesome Arrested Development reference. I'm here for it.
I'm loving all the seasons. I'm having a ton of fun. You know, we're competitive in 3 of the series where we have actual playoff hopes. But I'm sorry, Diamond. I just don't know if the boys are getting there this season. But I'm having a great time in all the series.
All right. And our final question from Diamond: do you think you will win crossover player?
I will let my agent Diamond handle this question, but I would love to. I'm excited, and I think I have a decent shot, but I don't want to curse myself.
Yeah. Diamond says believe easy peasy in the chat, so you know.
Nice.
All right, and final question.
Our final question tonight. Do you have anything you'd like to say to THL before we wrap up?
So I'm kind of gonna bring it down a little bit. You know, THL has been just fantastic for like a release from, you know, what's going on in the world. But you know, this is the start of Pride Month, where we celebrate the Stonewall. Where we celebrate some Stonewall riots that occurred that, you know, sparked the gay pride movement. You know, Storm DeLavier, a black non-gender conforming woman, threw the first punch at police who were raiding a gay club, and that, you know, led to where we are today. And so we have to now pay that forward, you know, and really support Black Lives Matter. So if you want to celebrate Pride Month, that is the way to do it.
All right. Thank you very much, Base. Yeah. Very good job. All right. But yeah, I do believe that is going to wrap up things for Saloon. Of course, stay tuned. We will be coming to you in approximately 10 minutes with our featured match of the night, Hockey Boys versus Sanguine. So please stick around and get to see some good action. Well,
Ted,
right,
remember to turn on that
I'll remember. I will remember. All right. Anyways, we'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Thanks, everybody.